Good morning, everyone. Creator Mom Sheena here. Happy Saturday. It looks like it's going to be a really beautiful Saturday. Anyways, I wanted to make a video about the peculiarity of this whole house situation. Now, I think what's really peculiar about this whole thing is that the bridges of incidents, right? So, okay. So first of all, I was thinking, oh, should I share all this on my channel? Well, I think yeah, because I think I'm emotionally distant enough, even though I do get triggered here and there, to be able to talk about it and to be able to share it, my process or whatever. And it's kind of cool because, since I talk about prayer, manifestation, things like this, trusting God, all this kind of stuff, it's just like, it's fun to see how these ideas can intertwine with real life situations or whatever, kind of like how I can try to implement these things into my life or whatever. So anyway, so there's this thing about bridges of incidences, right? And the funny thing about bridges is that you don't necessarily know you're on a bridge when you're on it. Like when you're being divinely guided. It's just like you don't know, like maybe sometimes you think you know you are, but sometimes like, you have no idea. You're just really, the divine guidance feels like going about daily real life. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, so the way that I found out about my house, our house, the house I lived in being sold, is because my kids wanted to go to a creek, right? And the creek was in our old county. And I was like, I don't like driving over there anymore. I don't want to go over there. They really wanted to go swimming in this creek, and there's no freaking creeks around where I currently live that I can find that you can swim in, actually, like jump in. And I'm certainly not going to the river, but anyways, I don't even think you can do that. But anyways, so I'm like, well, how can I get to this creek without passing the house? Because I would literally, the road that goes down to this creek, I would pass our old street. And I didn't want to, I was thinking to myself in my head. And I thought that there was a way that I could, but it turns out that I couldn't. And it turns out that there is no other way to get there except passing my street and look and, you know. So I was like, all right, I guess that's what it's gonna be. So anyways, as we passed it, I saw the realtor sign, the for sale. And it was funny because initially the house was for sale a while back, but he had it for sale, with privately or whatever. So I guess he gave in to getting a realtor. So I would not have, I believe that I would not have known about the sale of this house lest my kids had the desire to want to go to this specific creek. And that is what's the most beautiful part about it. I mean, even if nothing comes out of it, even if, I don't know, by some chance they say, oh no, you get nothing, you have no you don't get anything, it's still fine. Even even if it's just for the sake that they get their things back and we get some of our things back, it's just still cool. It's just like, wow, like, because the realtor would coordinate that, and none of that would have happened if my kids didn't get the sudden desire to want to go swimming, because it had been so hot outside. So if they didn't get the desire to go to Middle Creek, to go to this park, then we wouldn't have passed the house. And the funny thing is that the house had just been put up. I said like 5 days ago or something when I had initially looked at it. So it had just been put up for sale by the realtor. So yeah, I wouldn't have known it because, if I just said, nah, I'm just completely not gonna go there. But I mean, there was no reason why I would truly say no. You know what I'm saying? So I just think it's cool, and I just wanted to make a video about that, about how bridges of incidences and being divinely guided. It doesn't always feel like you're being divinely guided. It doesn't always feel like so wonderful. But we did end up having a wonderful day and time at the creek when we did go. It was they had a blast. So, and I find that God kills many birds with one stone a lot of times. And that's really cool. So yeah, I'm going to try to be in contact with a lawyer, maybe like a real estate lawyer or something like that. Because I'm not gonna, it's just like, the thing is like, the way I see it is, if legally I truly am entitled to a portion of the sale of this home, to the equity, from the time that we were married, then that portion should be given to me. You know what I mean? And this guy, my ex, is just the type of guy that doesn't want to give nobody anything, nothing. So if he could get away with getting all the proceeds, he will. He will. He will. There's nothing in his mind that would say, oh, I feel bad. I know that legally probably Sheena is supposed to, get a portion. Fuck no. This guy does not think like that. He wants all the money. All the money. He hides money. He loves money. He carries cash in a bag, So that's the type of person that I'm dealing with. But anyways, I've already established and assumed that he can do nothing to harm me. Anything that he does, it will only benefit me. Even if he doesn't mean it to benefit me, it will, So, so yeah. And the funny thing is that I think he owes big time. I mean, he only pays if he's forced to pay something. So like child support with his ex, previous 5 children, he had to pay. And he's about up. He, I think, only has one more child that's under 18 in that, marriage, or that, divorce or whatever. So, and that's all he gave, the bare minimum, and he barely gave that because his mother, when she was alive, would pay child support for him too, because she couldn't stand the fact that the kids and his ex was going without, because this guy was, basically being a loser, like he didn't want to pay. So he enjoys that, he enjoys that. He'll go, he'll go as long as he can without paying until, legally. Because, if you reach a certain amount, then you risk going to jail and stuff like that, going to court. So he does the bare minimum. And that's the type of guy he is. He's a bare minimum type of guy, which I eventually learned throughout our marriage. And trust me, I'm not a victim. So don't think that I'm trying to whine about him. I'm just completely stating what the facts are. So anyways, yeah, he's a bare minimum dude. If he could get away with giving you absolutely fucking nothing, he will. So, yeah, I just want to get whatever would be legally entitled to me. And I don't think the realtor really knows a lot about that. He seems like a young guy, so we'll see what happens. I'm going to try not to stress about it. And just, as I said in my previous video, just stay calm, All right, everyone. Have a great day.